The reason you crossed paths is about to become clear. Welcome, Virgos, to Inside This Love Chapter 2. So this reading is timeless and it can guide you through any kind of relationship. Please remember this, okay? So from a love long past to someone you have shared decades with, or someone completely new. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So now let's begin. But before starting, and as I shuffled the cards, sorry, please take a moment to read the pinned comment, because that will guide you in connecting to the energy we are exploring today. And now we are going to see the blueprint of why the two of you met. Let's have a look. Oh, and here we've got anxiety. Did you and this person met at a certain point in your life where you had a lot to think about? Maybe things weren't going your way about any part of your life, could be work, family, friends, and so on and so forth. Or was that about a particular moment in time where the thought of entering a relationship or to meet someone new, or, you know, because this is not only about somebody new, even though it was when you met, so you were a kind of coming out of a past relationship before you met this particular person that you came to this reading for, where you had a lot of anxiety. Maybe there was still some emotional attachment to your previous person, and you were very anxious about what it might happen. And I'm talking about the ex, not about the person that we're reading for here, the previous relationship. There is a general sense of fear, trepidation, expectation, and anxiety connected to that. But if that was not the case, that you weren't waiting for an ex to come back, or waiting what things were happening, or you were in the middle of a breakup when this person now came into your life and when you met, again, this sense of anxiety, or if that was not the case, an anxiety about get to know somebody new, and so on and so forth. Now we're going into the main part of the reading. What was the deeper reason your paths crossed? And we saw the blueprint before, but now we see a deeper version of it. Let's have a look. So the deeper reason was with a Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is that card of rejoicing again in love, reunion. Now, this could be an ex, actually, with the Three of Cups there. If that is not the case, or if it is, you know, I'm speaking to if it was an ex that came back, or if it was not. It doesn't change what I'm going to say. The reason that you crossed, the deeper reason that you crossed path is that there is other chances in love with the same person or with a new person, that we don't need to be anxious, that, you know, we need to really let things flow, you know. And when I say need and we have to, is not that I'm telling you do this, do that, is there, you know, the way that I'm sensing the message coming through. Giving love another chance. This is exactly what it was the deep reason of the two of you meeting. Lovely. I might put that as the title, giving love another chance. So now next, what part of you was this connection meant to awaken? And here we've got the wheel. Fortune, also understanding that things go up and things goes down, that we don't always have a flat liner. I know it's terrible, flat line, it's a completely different thing. Let's not talk about that. You know, our life goes up, goes down. We've got moment that we're happier, moment that where there is problem, moment that we are anxious, but that the wheel always turns, the time keeps going. So when we encounter this kind of ups and downs, it's just about keeping in mind that things are going to change. Okay? What lesson arrived with this meeting? The devil scared. Okay, so the lesson that arrived with this meeting was, am I going to listen to that part of me, to the little devil on my shoulder that says, are you really going to try again? You were hurt in the past. Are you really going to do this again? And then you know how it felt. Are you going to go down that road? And so on and so forth. So, the lesson was, are you letting the devil rule your life for what relationship is concerned? And here the devil takes the connotation of that little voice that reminds you all the time of how much love hurts and not to try again. What unresolved pattern did you two activate together? And here we've got the Two of Pentacles. So the two of you, there is, of course, an unresolved pattern that when you are together, it comes up again. And here is the Two of Pentacles. Very much earth energy. You, Virgo, are an earth energy. So what do we do with this connection? Are we going to pick and keep going with it? Are we going to leave it as it is? Are we going to take the opportunity of smelling this beautiful flower? And the beautiful flower here is the metaphor for the connection, for the relationship. Or are we going to listen to the devil? What growth was initiated by this encounter? Nine of Swords. I think that it could have been quite, at the start, the growth was to understand and was quite frightening, okay, and quite painful even, to understand that, again, it's all connected, the ups and downs of life. And that, yes, I do get hurt like everybody else. It does hurt, it really hurts. But I am going to go from that Nine of Swords, where I feel that there is no way out, to a Ten of Swords, where I'm feeling very bruised, tired, and still hurting, to start all over again. Now, what timing factor mattered in your meeting? And here we've got the Ace of Swords. In a moment where you kept thinking over and over again, okay, where you were stuck in that kind of mind loop of overthinking things. And remember, here we are talking about relationship. So maybe a previous relationship that you still had in your mind this person, you still were very much energetically connected to an ex before this one, or if this person is an ex, instead you were very much still concentrating on them, but on the negative I'm sensing here, okay? Now the last question, what purpose does this love serve in your life story? And here we've got the King of Wands. To bring up again that spark of life connecting to love, to wanting to start something again. So it's like reigniting within you that, yes, I want to try again. I want to jump in. I want to experience love again without anxiety. Just let's start and see as it goes. What a beautiful reading, Virgo. I really, really loved this reading. So this chapter ends, but remember that love's journey continues. What needed to surface, I feel it did surface. So please return anytime your heart seeks clarity. And if this chapter spoke to you, there are other series on the channel you might enjoy. Remember that each one explores love in its own way, but Also, if you would like a private reading with me instead, the link is in the comment box below. And also please like, share and subscribe, of course. And stay curious, there is always more to discover. Thank you so much, Virgo, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.